Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Just down here messing around with this 450 Bushmaster of mine. Got a rifle I borrowed out to a friend here to do some deer hunting. Got it back, cleaning this thing up, going through things. And it got me thinking about a couple conversations that I've had with a few people about optics, specifically what Arken has to offer, and really got the wheels turning on, hey, where's Arken going with what they have to offer? Now, this LH4 that I have on this 450 Bushmaster is one of the latest or one of the newer scopes that Arken's come out with. And I think here, I can't confirm this, but my gut feeling tells me this is an optic that was more of a response to what consumers wanted. Everybody started out with, oh, these SH4 Gen 2s and EP5s, the Target guys, and a lot of us hunters and people out hunting said, hey, we want something lightweight, simple for hunting. I think the same thing kind of happened with the EP8 and the LH6, those LPVOs. That was, hey, we like these, we like those, let's get us LPVO. And anyway, this LH4, it got me thinking about, here we are, it's 2025. Arken really has a lineup that they offer a scope that fits each of the niches, the target guys, the hunting guys, the modern sporting rifle guys, the LPVOs, and the long range EP5, the Gen 2 with a higher magnification. And what's next? What's Arken going to come up with next? Now, there is some talk that this LH model, the LH4, one of the lower magnifications, is discontinued. Throws up some flags for me. It's been a really popular model. If you've been trying to buy these, they're often sold out. Why would the company discontinue a model that is so popular? A spec sheet that's so popular, unless maybe they're going to replace that with something. Time will tell. A couple people have talked with me about things that they would like to see, and maybe you guys can chime in on the comment section, and maybe Arken will visit that comment section and see some of the comments. But from what I'm hearing talking with people, a couple different things that people would like to see on some of these scopes is one of the things has to do with the reticles that they're using. So the LPVO guys a lot of people would like to see an option that is an alternative to the KL box. Not that the KL box doesn't work, but maybe they're running a more standard type reticle, something, you know, one of the reticles, one of the target reticles that are in the other optics, or just a graduated hash line reticle of some sort. So that's one of the reticle, you know, I guess you could say suggestions that people are looking for. And the target people are looking for a reticle that has different graduation marks. I think they're looking for something that's a little more precision, smaller increments than what's offered right now in that reticle. The SH reticle, the shooting hunting reticle, I'm not sure people are having issues with that one as much for hunting purposes. But going back to the same kind of situation now with these LH4s, now I run mill, so this wouldn't apply as much, but a couple of people have told me with the MOA optics that they would like the turrets, the adjustments, to go down to the 1/8 instead of the 1/4 click on them. Just a suggestion. I've heard that from a handful of people with those. And as well, while we're losing things, and while we're talking about mill or MOA, going back to the LPVOs. Now that's a suggestion that there's people who are wanting those in mill as well. So maybe Arken for 2025 can offer a different reticle as well as a mill option with those. I've heard that from comment section people at the range. That's probably been the #1 thing that I'm hearing as far as what people would like to see would be the mill option on the LPVOs, and then on the precision scopes, people would like to see that reticle with a little bit different graduation marks in there to tighten up their holdovers and things instead of using the clicks on the turrets. Aside from that, 2025, what else could be next? There's been some talk with the range guys when I'm out there, and I take these out and I kind of do surveys with people. I do blind studies. I have people look through these things not knowing what they are. And then we talk about them a bit, usually visit the web page and everything of that. But one thing that guys that have Arkens would like to see is a very simple and a small, affordable. I'm not sure you can get much more affordable than where we're at with these LH4s, but there's a few people who voice they'd like to see a very simple, small, rimfire specific type scope that's not so large. So we're talking the smaller tubes, smaller objective lenses, things like that. To go on just their 22s that people use for squirrel hunting, rabbit hunting, not out there doing long range, competition or target shooting or whatnot with their 22s. That's another thing. As far as refinements in these optics, I would have to say, and this is not really a complaint. This is something that if you go through my content, you're going to see. I often will talk about this more so in the comments, but getting to the issue, the situation of the Eyebox on all of the Arken scopes. Now, it is not as forgiving as some other models and brands that I've used, but every Arken scope, every model, I've got them all, every model I found the Eyebox does tighten up with increased magnification. So as I spin this thing up to 24 on this one, it is going to get a little bit more. There's going to be more work staying perfect in that Eyebox, but that's the case with any optic. But I have found with the Arken ones, the time spent behind these scopes and having your platform set up. So in the case of my precision long range rifles, having the right cheek riser on here, a piece of foam or padding, a strap system on here. Some of them have the raisable comb on them, but getting my head where I can plant like this every time, I don't have an issue with the Eyeboxes once I've got some time behind the scope. And the other situation that people bring up, and this one, I kind of toss it to the wind because it doesn't impact me a lot, and I'm not sure how much it really impacts people aside from just nitpicking and looking for something to find with these optics, would have to do with the illuminated reticle. Now, you only get the center illuminating on these things, whether it's the LPVOs, you get the circle in the middle of the KL box, or if it's either of the other reticles that are in the EP5s, the SH4 Gen 2s, any of these illuminated reticles, only the center crosshairs light up. Now, for general use, that's going to work fine if you're spinning in solutions. But if you're trying to do the holdovers, for some people, they're complaining they can't use the illumination. I think just about every other brand that's out there, the entire reticle will illuminate, including that other brand, the DNT, that has, in my opinion, the same scope offered. You're getting much more of the reticle lighting up. So maybe that's a suggestion that Arken may move forward with in 2025. But let me know what you guys think. I'm running all of these scopes. The EPL4 is a hit with me. I really like that scope. I like everything about that. The one thing they've done with that optic, as well as these LH models, is the way that these turrets are attached. Now, I've talked about this a little bit. These SH4s and the EP5s, they use a very simple system, which simple is good, but it kind of shows, it dates itself a bit, and it does show that these things are in that lower price category, and maybe this is what keeps it lower priced. But these small Allen set screws on the turrets have been problematic for a lot of people. Simple solution tends to be some Vibrotite or Loctite or some kind of a goop that you put in there to keep them from loosening up. But a true fix to this and a solution, and to kind of quiet the naysayers, I think, is going to a system like they use on these LH models, on the EPLs, is having this end deal here. So, you spin off this end to pull off the turret. It seems like a better quality system. I don't hear about people losing them as often. A lot of other brands use that. Now, I'm not an engineer. I'm not designing and or building these, and I don't know if that costs more, and I don't know if there's barriers involved with doing that. I do know that in the case of the LH model, these little guys are your solution, but if you're a target guy, that's not going to work. Putting these on right now so I don't forget to put them on, put this thing away and lose it. But there you go. Let me put this back. 2025, moving forward with Arken optics. They've got something out there for everybody right now, at least all my shooting needs, hunting, target, modern sporting rifles, long range, short range, everything's out there. They've kind of drifted away from that electronic stuff, so I'm not expecting to see any more night optics or red dots or anything like that. But what do you guys want to see? Do you want to see a bigger optic? Do you want to see something that Arken coins as their more premium thing and it cost more? Are you looking to see something that's extremely, affordable and simple for the 22s, for the air rifles, things like that? Are you looking for something just completely different and I'm missing the mark on it? And are you looking for some kind of a change or an improvement to one of these optics? The molded on, magnification lever deal that they're putting on some of the optics, or putting a hole in there and screwing a peg in versus clamping on a deal. Stuff like that. Let me know what you guys are thinking, what you want to see from Arken in 2025 or in 2026. I'm kind of thinking there might be something coming out, but I really don't know. Let me know in those comments. Thanks for checking in. And you know what I'm going to say? Hey, get on out there and keep on shooting.